This is a difficult question to answer, especially from my friend's son, who reads my blog and watches my videos. And he came and asked me this question. I know your 3, 20, 30, 40 rule about buying a house. I'm somewhat there. But is this a good time to be buying a house? Now, I have found this question very difficult to answer. So I said, well, typically, if it was my son or my daughter or my nephew, this would be my answer. And the answer would be like this. Are you planning to live in that house for 10 to 15 years? If the answer is yes, don't worry too much about price, because it is still worth it. Second, understand that whatever you pay for the house, whatever you pay for the interiors, etc., you will end up paying 10% more than what you thought you should pay. So if you are buying a house for a crore and a half, whatever, and you're going to spend say 50 lakhs on furnishing it, now don't get worried or don't get carried away. These are the numbers which people are spending on their houses today, right? So 1.5 crore house with a 50 lakh furnishing is 2 crores, and out of 2 crores you'll spend another 10%, so 2 crore 20 lakhs. So when you think you're buying a house for a crore and a half, you have to be prepared for 2 crore 20 lakhs as the outgo, right? Next to that will be the extra expenses on term insurance, etc., which you will take over and above the term insurance that you already have to cover the home mortgage. So if the husband and wife both are earning, then you will both get yourself insured for approximately the loan amount, because if the other person, one person dies, the other person should not be burdened with the whole EMI, because right now you are even sharing the EMI. So best is to take, if you are taking a 1.5 crore house and out of which 1 crore is the loan or whatever is the loan, at least take 1 crore of insurance for both of you, because in case something were to happen, the eventuality is covered. So an extra cash outflow of at least 5,000-6,000 rupees for each of you for this kind of insurance. Be ready for that. Next, what happens if you get a change of job? You are currently working in Pune. What happens if you change your job and go to Chennai or go to Singapore or go to Dubai, right? So will you have enough money to pay rent there and this EMI? If the answer is no, then don't buy. Secondly, another important thing is, are you even considering going abroad and living there? Because if you are doing that, it is better to rent till you take a decision saying that you're not going abroad, you're not going to Canada to settle down, you're not going to Dubai for a job. Make that decision first. Please make the bigger decisions first. You're got married 6 months ago. Between husband and wife, have you decided whether you're going to have a kid or not going to have a kid? If you're not going to have a kid, I don't see any reason why you should be having more than a 1 BHK, because both of you have your parents in this town. So there is no question of your parents visiting you or anything like that. If some friend visits you, you are a member of the Gymkhana, you can put them up in the Gymkhana. You don't need to have a spare house for a spare room just for a guest. Does not make sense, because if a guest is going to come and stay for 15 days in a year or 20 days in a year, paying for one extra room for 365 days makes no sense, right? So then buy a 1 BHK, that's enough for you. So the size of the house depends on whether you are going to live in that house and not going to have kids. If you're going to have kids, you'll need that extra 1 or 2 rooms. That is a different thing. But also, if you're going to be nursing your parent, then you may need 1 or 2 rooms, one for the ailing person and one for some support staff. But in your case, I know that if your father is ailing or your mother is ailing, you will shift to their house, which is already a 5 BHK. So there is no reason why you will need to buy a bigger house, right? So there is no justification for a bigger house, and I don't even know whether it is justified to buy in this market today. Not that I don't know, I know whether the market is going to go up or go down, I don't care. But if you're going to live here for 15 years, I don't really care whether the market goes up or goes down, because you're going to live in it, you're going to use it for 15 years. Please don't treat it as an investment asset, treat it as a usage asset. This kurta is a usage asset, my car is a usage asset, my house is a usage asset. It is not an appreciating asset. If I want an appreciating asset, I buy a gold coin. I don't buy jewelry. Jewelry is a usage asset. Gold coin is an investment asset, right? No making charges, nothing. Your house is at best a usage asset. Doesn't really matter if you're going to use it for 15 years, and if somebody comes and keeps telling you prices have gone up, prices have gone down, it's going to have no impact on you, right? So with all this, armed with all this information, if you're fitting into that 2 3 30 40 rule, and you're very sure that you are not planning to go abroad for a change of job, or anywhere out of Bombay for a change of job, if you're sure about all this, then go and commit. But as soon as you commit, if you find that you're getting a better job elsewhere, it just means that you didn't know whether you will go or you will not go. If you are planning to go and you're young, right? What is your hurry? You're young, so wait for some time. There would be a time when prices are really depressed. I'm not saying it is going to appreciate or it is going to depreciate now, but there will be a time when it will be really low. The government will come out with some more incentives, like waiving of stamp duty, or upper ceiling of stamp duty of 75,000 or 50,000, something like that. They could come out with something like that. When those things happen, when mortgage rates, don't worry too much about mortgage rates, they're quite subdued. Even though they might go up in the immediate future, you don't have to worry if you're taking a 15-year loan and you're taking a 15-year, 20-year view on the markets, right? So do all these things, and then you will be able to decide. And like I said, if you're planning to stay in that house for 15 years, or if you think that if you go abroad, your parents will come and stay here and they will get rid of their house, then those are all circumstances where I would still say you can afford to buy a house. Otherwise, you can't afford to buy a house, and it may sound right, wrong, cruel, but I do think that renting makes more sense than buying at this stage of your life. You can always buy it later. You can always buy it when you're 55. There is no reason for you to buy when you're under 35. Thank you.